Is AI killing photography? Because that's what I hear a lot of people saying right now. And if you've spent any time online lately, I'm sure you'll have seen it too. People arguing, people taking sides, people saying this is the end of real photography. It's all doom and gloom. But here's the thing, this isn't new, not even close. In 2006, people were saying digital photography wasn't real. And I remember those conversations. In 1996, people said Photoshop was killing photography. And we can go back even further. In the 1800s, people said photography was killing art. And even before that, artists were arguing about what real art even is. So this idea, this argument about what's real, what counts, what's cheating, it's definitely not new. It's been going on for over 200 years or more. But before we get into it, if you are keen about your photography, here's something that might be of interest. If you'd like a safe space to continue your photography journey with like-minded people, then why not come and join us in our Photography Foundations community over on School. It's a really safe and friendly place to be. No ads, no algorithms, and no traditional social media nonsense. Just photographers from all around the world who are learning, practicing, sharing and supporting each other. We have an active forum where members post their images, ask questions and share ideas. There's a classroom with structured learning and feedback sessions, a members map so you can see who's near you, and regular challenges and discussions to keep your photography moving forward. So if that sounds like your sort of thing, the link is in the description, or you can use the QR code on the screen, and we'd love to see you there. When I went to the Constable and Turner exhibition recently at the Tate Britain in London, I went in thinking it would just be interesting. You know, a nice day out with my son, a bit of history, taking a look at some famous work and to see what I could learn about their approach to composition, light and colour. But as I walked around and I looked closer at their incredible work, absolutely in awe of their skill and talent, I read the backstory and something else dawned on me. This isn't about painting, composition, light and colour. This is also relevant to us photographers in other ways as well. Because walking around that gallery, I realised something. The debates we're having today about photography are exactly the same kind of discussions they were having back then in the 1800s. Constable painted what he saw. Turner painted what he felt. And both of them were criticised for it. So in this video, I want to show you what we as photographers can learn from two of the greatest artists who ever lived, and why this 200-year-old argument might just change the way you shoot, and come to that, how you edit. At the very least, it'll get you thinking. So let's talk about the two artists in question. John Constable is best known for painting where he lived in the Stour Valley, which lies between the counties of Suffolk and Essex in the southeast of England. The region came to be called Constable Country even during his lifetime. And J.M.W. Turner, he travelled across Britain and Europe in search of his subjects. His paintings covered a large variety of themes, from classical history to steam technology. He blended imagination with observation. Now on the surface, they're two very renowned British painters who lived at the same time. Their work was shown at the same exhibitions. But when you actually look a bit closer, they had two completely different mindsets and approaches. Constable, he was all about observation. He painted what he saw, real places, real light, real moments. He'd study clouds, actually meticulously study them. He wanted things to feel true, honest, and when you look at his work, you believe it, you feel like you could step into it. Now Turner, he had a totally different approach. He wasn't trying to record a scene, he was trying to capture a feeling. Light bleeding through the painting, colour pushed way beyond what you'd actually see, details starting to disappear, far more ethereal. And some people at the time looked at it and thought, what is that? But others, they felt it, and that's the key. During their lives, critics pitted the two against each other, Constable's truth versus Turner's poetry. But despite their differences, both were seen as highly original painters who challenged artistic norms at the time. Their innovations raised the bar for landscape painting and left a lasting legacy. to the point where 250 years on from their birth, their work is still being honoured and exhibited. So that's some sort of achievement, eh? But this is where it gets really interesting, because they weren't just different, they represented two completely different ways of seeing the world. Constable said we should look properly, observe the scene, and understand what's actually there. Turner said feel it inside, interpret the scene, express it in your own way. And neither of them was wrong, but they were both criticised. Constable for being far too safe. Turner for being way too much, too far out, and way too different. Is all this starting to sound a bit familiar? Because when it comes down to it, we're still pretty much having the same conversations now. You got one group saying keep it natural, get it right in camera, don't mess with it too much. And then you got another group saying this is all about creativity, edit it, shape it, make it yours. So where do you sit? Are you trying to show what was there or what it felt like to you? Are you in the Constable camp or Turner's? Let me know in the comments. I read and respond to everyone. So for what it's worth, here's what I think on all of this. There is no right answer. There's simply different opinions and preferences. Because both approaches take skill and both can absolutely produce incredible images. Straight out a camera image done well, that takes knowledge of light, composition, timing and technical ability all coming together. And a heavily edited image or a composite done well, that takes vision, intent and control. You don't just slap on a preset and hope for the best. Well, you can, but you know what I mean. And this is a bit we should really think about and hang on to. The camera is not the photographer, we are. It's our decisions, our taste, and our way of seeing that shapes the final image. So don't let anybody tell you that you're wrong, because after all, it's just a matter of opinion and taste. Same as music. We have classical, pop, heavy rock, rap, and everything in between. And none of it is wrong. It's all just different. So whether you edit lightly or heavily, whether you shoot natural, as in what's there, or more creatively, just ask yourself one thing. Why am I doing this? Is it a choice? Is it a habit? Or worse, is it pressure from what you think you should be doing based on other people's opinions? Because that's where some people get stuck. And if you do it just to please algorithms, you'll definitely be chasing your tail. Now here's the part that made me smile as I was walking around the exhibition and I started thinking about all this. Turner was criticised for being too loose, too abstract, too far out. Constable was criticised for being too safe, too traditional, too stuck in the past. And fast forward to today, we seem to get, that's over edited, that's not real photography, and AI is absolutely cheating. So different century, but basically the same argument. Nothing has really changed that much over time regarding conflicting outlooks and approaches. So what can we actually take from all of this? First, stop second guessing yourself all the time. Stop worrying about what everyone else thinks is right. And secondly, spend more time working out what you like, what you're drawn to, what you enjoy shooting. And third, remember that all of this stuff, cameras, editing, AI, they're all just tools. They don't make the photograph, you do. When all's said and done, you still have ultimate creative control. Okay, so how about a practical exercise based around these two different approaches? Next time you're out with your camera, why not try this? Find a simple scene, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. A street, a park, a landscape, could even be just a room with some really nice light. And you're going to shoot it twice. First, shoot it like Constable. Slow down, look properly, pay attention to the details, the light, the balance, the colour. Try and capture what's actually there as accurately as you possibly can. Then, without moving too far, shoot it again like Turner. And this time, forget accuracy, think about feeling. Use light differently. Change your exposure. Get creative with your composition. And when you edit, don't hold back. Push the colour, shape the light, and create a totally different mood. So two different images, same scene, but completely different approaches. And here's the important bit. Look at them both afterwards and ask yourself, which one feels more like you? Do more of what you like what pleases you, and that's where you start to find your own style. So before we wrap this up, this argument about what's real, what counts as art, what's cheating, it's been going on for way over 200 years. Constable and Turner are an example of that. Two completely different approaches, and both can be powerful and both can be valid. And today, we're having that same ongoing conversation again, just with different technology and different tools. Now, I'd honestly love to hear your thoughts on this. Where do you sit? Are you more about keeping things natural, or do you enjoy pushing your edits and creating something more interpretive? Drop a comment below. I read and respond to every single one. And this is one of those topics where there's no right or wrong, only different perspectives. And I'll leave you with this. Photography has never been about the tool. It's always been about the person using it. The camera will change. The software will change. The technology will keep moving forward. It always has, and it always will. But the one thing that doesn't change is your ability to see, to notice light, to recognize a moment, to feel something in the scene and decide how you want to show it. So instead of asking, is this real photography? Ask yourself, is this true to the way I see the world? Because that's where your voice starts to show up, and that's what makes your work different from everyone else's. Oh, and those back in the 1800s saying photography was killing art? Guess what? The art scene is still very much alive and thriving. And those now saying AI is killing photography, I suspect that once all the dust has settled, it'll simply be another artistic way in which we can express ourselves. Anyway, if you found this useful, give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really is appreciated. Don't forget to check out our Photography Foundation community over on School. And if you're still here, I'm guessing you'd love it. As always, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.